Hi, my name is Tiff-Annie Kenny. I'm a professor in the Faculty of Medicine at Laval University in the Department of Social and Preventive Medicine.
Tiff-Annie, I'd like to know how you'd characterize the power and potential of genomics to provide biological solutions and innovations that would allow us to implement agriculture and food production systems that are climate resilient, that are economically viable, but also environmentally sustainable.
There's a really great quote by the FAO that states that biodiversity and food security converge to a common path leading to sustainable development. When we talk about sustainable seafood, we often see the labels, but genomic tools can play an important role in terms of credentials and for export markets, also for genetic stock identification. So fisheries are managed by stocks, and being able to distinguish how one stock differs from another and what drives the spatial and temporal heterogeneity of those stocks, as well as their evolution. Aquaculture is a really interesting area. So the global demand for seafood has more than doubled since the 1980s, and this has placed unprecedented pressures on wild fish populations that are facing challenges from climate change, from unsustainable harvests, from multiple anthropogenic factors. And one innovation that has helped to alleviate some of the pressure on wild fish catch has been aquaculture. Aquaculture, of course, comes with a series of complex challenges. It's not a perfect solution. But there has been really interesting innovations in genomics in terms of increasing growth rates, breeding for disease and parasite resistance, for features or traits that please consumers. So it could be higher levels of nutrients or colors or the quality of the fillets. It's a little bit like investments. You have a portfolio of different types of investments or approaches, and it's a similar aspect with food systems. We have very specialized food systems now that have been really great at maximizing yields, but in the context of, ensuring that we don't deplete resources, that we maintain stability in the context of fluctuating and ever increasingly unpredictable environmental conditions, that diverse portfolio approach is really necessary. It's also really important that we not restrict ourselves to a biomedical or a biophysical framing, and that we are also open to Indigenous worldviews of health, which is predicated on relationships between, humans and non-human animals, between generations of people, between families, between communities, and also, the mental health and the spiritual well-being. And, the life course approach to health, where, the way that health is expressed, from young people to elders is a really important area, and climate change can have impacts through that whole system. And so, the food and nutrition security is really important, but we have to be careful not to just privilege that type of framing of health.